What Gary Stevenson now has to do is become Chancellor of the Exchequer. The time is right for it, I think. This is what everyone wants, basically. This is what millions and millions of people want. He's shying away from it, though, and he said before things like, if I were Chancellor, there would be not an awful lot I could do. However, if you were Chancellor of the Exchequer, you would have the ear of Keir Starmer, and he is the most powerful man in this country currently. And yeah, you'd have his ear. You'd be able to influence policy greatly, and you would ultimately be able to bring about these plans for the taxation of the super rich. Because ultimately, the thing about the super rich is like capital flight. From the country is like we can send the SAS after them if push comes to shove. That is the sort of power that the state wields and operates. Keir Starmer has the power to kill people if he wants to. And the billionaires, they can go to anywhere on the planet, really, and try and live. The thing is, they will pay the tax if it's cheaper to pay the tax than setting up in a new country somewhere. Like, there are tax havens, like, yeah, but if they're declared enemies of the people, enemies of the state, we can send the armed forces after them. That is ultimately what can happen. So, like, when the people are united, we are more powerful than the elites. That is the general thrust of the message. When we're all on the same page, all in agreement, there are simply more of us than there are of them. They have no hope of being able to fight us or stop it. So the proper place for Gary Stevenson right now is being Rachel Reeves' job, sitting next to Keir Starmer in the House of Commons, and possibly one day becoming Prime Minister himself, which I would look forward to as a great day for democracy, if that were to happen. Gary Stevenson is someone I respect enormously. I like him a lot. I think he's a great guy. He's had a struggle from an impoverished childhood up to a great level of wealth, and has achieved that through hard work, insight, intellect, intuition, and harnessing of his mathematical capabilities and his creative capabilities. And he's a really rather impressive individual, and there is no one in the country currently who would be a better candidate for Chancellor.